Let's try to solve this question. So in this question it's been asked that what volume of oxygen at STP will be obtained by the action of heat on 20 gram of KClO3. Okay. So this is basically the reaction of thermal decomposition. That means, okay, first of all, whenever this type of question comes, what do we do first? First we write down the balanced chemical equation. Okay. So balanced chemical equation. Okay. So what is the balanced chemical equation over here? So it says the action of heat. Okay, it says the action of heat on 20 gram of KClO3. Okay, so this reaction is the type of thermal decomposition. So when KClO3 on action of heat. Okay, this triangle means the heat. Okay, so when the KClO3 is treated with the heat, it decomposes into KCl plus oxygen. Okay, now first of all we have to write down the balanced chemical equation. So this is not a balanced chemical equation because K matches Cl matches, but here we have a 3 oxygen and here we have only 2 oxygen atoms. Okay, so what do? We multiply 3 over here and 2 over here and 2 over here. Okay, how it goes like 2 KCl, 2 KCl, 2 3 is 6 oxygen, 3 2 is 6 oxygen. Okay, I hope you understand till this point of time. Now what do? Now the next step is to calculate the molecular weights. Okay, but whose molecular weight? Okay, so first the volume of oxygen is at STP is been asked and the 20 gram of KClO3 is given. So first what are we going to do? We're gonna follow the simple mathematics over here. We're gonna calculate the mass of the oxygen and then we're gonna convert it into the volume. Okay, so let's go for it. So first of all, what is the mass of KClO3? What is the mass of KClO3? The mass of KClO3 is gonna be first the potassium is 39, chlorine is 35.5, and there is a 3 oxygen, that means 3 into 16. Okay, so and the whole part is twice. Okay, because there is a 2 KClO3. Okay, so when you add all of these, you get 39 plus 35.5 plus 3 times the 16. Okay, so you get the answer is equals to 122.5 into 2. Why into 2? Because there is a stoichiometric coefficient is equals to 2. So when you multiply this all by 2, you get the answer is equal to 245 gram. Okay, you get the answer is equals to 245 gram. So 245 gram of KClO3 when treated with the heat, it decomposes into KCl plus 3O2. Okay, now 1 oxygen is equals to 16. Here we have a 3 to the 6 oxygen atoms. So 6 into 16 will give you answer is equal to 96 gram. Okay, 96 gram. Okay, so now what do we gonna do? First, it's a balanced chemical equation. Second, calculation of molecular weight. Third is use the unitary method. Okay, what do we do in unitary method? In unitary method we say that we have KClO3, we have oxygen. So basically we have 245 gram of KClO3 which gives us 96 gram of oxygen. If 245 gram of KClO3 is giving 96 gram of oxygen, then 20 gram which is given in the question. Okay, so 20 gram of KClO3 will give me x gram of oxygen. Okay, and what do I do over here? I calculate the value of x. The value of x would be equal to 96 into 20 divided by 245. So when you solve this fraction, you get the answer is equal to 7.837 gram. Okay, what do you get? 7.837 gram. Okay, now when 20 gram of oxygen, so 20 gram of KClO3 reacts to when under the thermal decomposition, it gives us the 7.387 gram of oxygen. Okay, but it was not asked the mass, it was asked the volume. Okay, what volume of oxygen at STP will be obtained? So what do we have to do now? We have to convert this mass into the volume. Okay, and we know how can we do it? Yes, correct. We can do it by the formula mass upon molecular mass is equals to volume at STP divided by 22.4. Do we know the mass? Do we know the mass? Yes, we know the mass. Mass is 7.837. Do we know the molecular mass of oxygen? O2. Yes, 16 into 2 which becomes 32. So base is 32. Okay, volume, that's what we want to calculate. Volume at s.t.p. Divide by 22.4. So volume would be, volume definitely at s.t.p will be equal to 7.837 into 22.4 divided by 32. Divide by 32. When you solve this fraction, you get the answer is equals to 5.486 liters. Okay, so this was very simple question. So let's go through it once again. This question was asking us to calculate the volume of oxygen at s.t.p. when the action of heat takes on the 20 gram of KClO3. So what do we do first? We write down the chemical equation. Point to be noted, balanced chemical equation. Once we write down the balanced chemical equation, we calculate the molecular weights of the given compound. Then we use the unitary method and we calculate the value of X. That the 245 gram of KClO3 gives 96 gram of oxygen. Then 20 gram of KClO3 would give me X gram of oxygen. And we calculate the value of X, which was over here 7.387 gram. Then as it was asking the volume, what do? We convert the mass into volume by using the formula mass upon molecular mass is equals to volume at s.t.p upon 22.4. Okay, this is nothing but the formulas of the number of mole, correct? Okay, and then we calculate the volume of oxygen at s.t.p, which was 5.86 liter. Once again, if you have any doubt regarding this question or any other question, you can comment your doubt in the comment section and we will make a dedicated video towards your doubt.